Good morning everybody and welcome to the release day for the new runecrafting minigame Guardians of the Rift. So we're up bright and early, the minigame just came out a few minutes ago. So this is going to encompass all of my day 1 and day 2 kind of progress, all the loot I received from reward chest, and an up-to-date strategy that I'm personally using to get pretty decent results. So this will also be a bit of a guide. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, so the countdown has started. Within the next minute, we should have access to the Temple of the Eye, and that is where we are stationed right now. Now, the start location for the new quest is in Al-Kharid, just a bit north of the Gem Trader. Oh god. Well, we updated, but we lost Runelight. Was it worth it? Well, I guess we'll have to make do for now with no extended zoom or any GPU features, but whatever. We'll do the quest, and hopefully they will have updated it in a few minutes to work with the new quest. So overall, I really enjoyed the quest. In total, it took me around 25 minutes. It is a lower level quest, but for completing it, you do get 5,000 runecrafting experience, which is not bad considering the level you can do it at. Overall, it's pretty easy. It just requires you to run from Al-Kharid to Varrock to the Wizard's Tower and to the Abyss. Now, there are 2 puzzles in it. Both of them are relatively easy. The first puzzle requires you to just do a bit of memorization to determine the order. The second one is kind of a word puzzle and simply requires you to talk to all of the apprentices to learn what all the numbers mean, and from there you can decode whatever the hell a Thim Gummy What is. Now from there you get access to the Temple of the Eye, which I gotta say is gorgeous. When I first heard about this minigame, I expected a kind of darker, I don't know, purple, red kind of altar-y vibe, but this is awesome. A bit of a spoiler, but it's actually underwater somewhere. Now the remainder of the quest is simply just a mini walkthrough introduction to the new minigame, which I have to say is probably a good idea because the minigame is a little bit confusing to start with. So after going through a mock game and through the rest of the tutorial, you will power up the Rift Guardian and close the rift. From there you'll exit and the quest is now complete. So overall a really fun quest, and well, 5k runecrafting experience, we take that. Okay, so with the quest complete, you can now enter the Temple of the Eye from the Wizard's Tower in the basement. So from there, you'll enter a chamber before the actual minigame that has a bank. Only 1 game can be going per world, which means right now, it might be kind of hard to find an empty world. Alright, so I managed to make it through a round and a half, and it looks like server's going down again. Not really sure what that's about, but I guess we'll have to wait to try Guardians of the Rift. Alright, so as many of you know, that timer was an impending rollback due to a severe bug from this week's game update. My original plan for today was to make a day 1 video showing you just first impressions of the Guardians of the Rift, but as the delay was so severe, I decided, well, let's just take some time and get to know the minigame better, see if we can get any cool rewards from the shop, and come up with a decent strategy that's more than just a quick day 1 video. So in the background here is some footage from my first few attempts at the Guardians of the Rift. Now throughout the day, my strategy has changed and the XP per hour I'm getting is also slowly going up. Currently at my level, I'm getting around 40k per hour, but I'm pretty sure once I nail this down better, I could probably get up to 45k, maybe 50k per hour. And I'm currently level 84 runecrafting. So I've run through this thing quite a few times in the last 24 hours, and I had a bunch of clips already, but those are kind of out of date now. So I'm just going to use this day 1 footage to just explain a bit of an overview of the minigame itself. Now the Guardians of the Rift is not a hard minigame. Most likely after a couple of runs you will get the hang of it. Now the general idea is you're trying to close a portal that is opened from the Abyss. The only person who can do that is that Great Guardian in the middle. Now to actually win the game, you simply need to charge up the Great Guardian and he will close the portal for you, but all the while there's going to be abyssal creatures streaming out, attempting to destroy the barriers and destroy the Guardian. So in the minigame, there's fundamentally 3 things you can do. Charge up the Guardian with Guardian Stones, that will actually make you win the game. You can charge up the defensive barriers, which are surrounding the front of it, or you can even create these little offensive golem things, which will go ahead and try to actually fight the abyssal creatures directly. To win the game, you need to balance those 3 things, because you can lose, and you lose rather quickly if one of those things fails. So what do you bring into the Guardians of the Rift? Well, here is what I currently bring. Equipped, I have full Graceful, although if you have access to the Varrock Elite Diary or Hard Diary, you can bring in the rock armor, which does work, which will sometimes allow you to get double what you mine, which is super useful. Graceful is just super helpful because you're running around a lot, otherwise you'll need to bring stamina potions. Also equipped, you want to have a pickaxe. Now for your inventory, there's a few different things you can bring. Highly recommend you should bring all the rune essence pouches that you have unlocked. So currently I have all of them minus the colossal pouch, of course. You're also going to need a chisel. Ideally, you should be on the lunar spellbook and bring runes for NPC contact, assuming you don't have the runecrafting cape or the abyssal lantern. And one other thing that actually does work here that I've started bringing is a blood essence. This will work whenever you go into the blood essence altar and will just give you more runes, and it only takes 1 inventory space, so I think it is definitely worth it. Now the strategy I've been doing is as follows. You're going to start the game by withdrawing 10 empty cells and also grab 1 weak cell. Now all these cells can go in this northern part here, and that will actually protect your guardian from getting destroyed. Super important. Now the weak cell is just a very low level one you can put in there to begin with, and you need to do this because otherwise you'll actually lose the game almost immediately. And while only a few people need to do this, it's pretty good to just take it upon yourself, because I've been in quite a few games where nobody did this to start with and we just immediately lost. So take your empty cell, run up to the north here and place it into an inactive cell tile as soon as the game starts. As soon as you're done that, run straight to the east and go down the stairs. From there, you're going to mine the large guardian. Now this is better than the one that is right by the entrance because you get more essence more consistently, and it's just highly recommended to go down here. Now you're actually going to mine for quite a while because you have a full minute or two until the game actually starts, and you want to try to accrue around 200 to 250 fragments. Now it's better to do this right away because there's not much else you could be doing now anyway. So we're going to mine here until we have around 200 guardian fragments, and then we're going to run back up the stairs. Now essentially what we mined are parts of essentially what are going to be rune essence, and to make them you need to chisel them at this table. However, the reason we waited so long is because every once in a while a portal will spawn that will bring you to a place where you can mine essence directly, which is a much quicker way to do that. In the chat box, it'll tell you when the portal is spawned, and pretty much every time it's spawned, you want to go there immediately. So we can see that it's spawned in the southeast corner. We're going to run through it, and then we can go and start mining the huge guardian, which will give us essence directly. And whenever your inventory is full, make sure you fill up your rune pouches until you have a completely full inventory and full rune pouch. Now from there, you're going to run out, and now is when we're going to actually craft some runes. Now some runes are better than others. The best 3 are fire runes, death runes, and blood runes. But really you just want to go through the best option at the time. You don't want to spend too much time waiting around. So right now we can go through the fire altar. We're going to do that. Now the reason that these are better is because they provide better charged cells. You can see right there we got an overcharged cell. Now that is the highest tier cell you can get. And we're going to go ahead and place it on the ground to be a part of the shield. Those are going to give you the most experience when you place them, so overall they're the best to go through. Now beyond the cells, whenever you craft runes, you're also going to get guardian stones. These are what you use to charge up the great guardian and how you actually win the game, so you always want to make sure you're using it on the great guardian when you get a chance. You can't stack up too many of these, so just use them whenever you're nearby. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and repeat the process, but unfortunately a portal is not open, which means we have to go ahead and craft them at the workbench. From here, we're going to go ahead and craft more fire runes, and then we're just going to repeat the process over and over and over again until you get to 100% and win the game. Now, a couple other things worth noting is you might notice in the corner a bunch of different UI options there. The Guardian Power is just showing you your progress. Once you get to 100% Guardian progress, you win the game. The Elemental and Catalytic counters are counting your own personal contribution to the game. They max out at 1,000 combined, and you're going to get elemental contribution whenever you use elemental runes, use an elemental cell, or create an elemental guardian, and you're going to get catalytic progression for doing the same thing but with the catalytic runes. Now it is possible to get up to 1,000 in the game and max out your contribution. That said, it's still worth continuing on because you are just getting more experience as you go. Experience is uncapped, reward points are though. One other thing you might notice is you will sometimes get these little talisman portal things in your inventory. These are one-time use items that will allow you into the corresponding altar whenever you want. Normally they are constantly rotating, and that's also noted in the top left corner as well. So if you get a good one, like for example a death talisman, you should use it, or a blood talisman. If you get a lower level one, I would normally just drop it, as it's just kind of a waste of inventory space. So after repeating the process a few times, we ended up finishing the game, and we earned ourselves 4 elemental attunements and 6 catalytic. Not bad. So after every game, you're going to get paid out in both catalytic and elemental rewards. Now these are used at a 1-to-1 ratio, which means you want to keep them somewhat balanced, or else you're going to have an inefficient way of claiming your rewards. Now to claim your rewards, you need to go over here to the Reward Guardian. Now the Reward Guardian can give you some of the new unique items, most notably the Abyssal Needle and the Abyssal Lantern. But they also provide the currency that you'll use in the shop, which is Abyssal Pearls. Now these are kind of rare, but you'll need to collect them to be able to buy the new runecrafting skilling outfit, the Ring of Elements, and the Pet Transmog. So let's go ahead and use up some of our reward points. Alright, so we ended up with a bit of an unbalanced amount of elemental and catalytic attunement, but that's okay. Checking out the shop here, man, everything is very expensive. The entire robe set is like 1,500 combined. The Pet Transmog is 3,000 Abyssal Pearls. The Ring of Elements, 400 each. These talismans are a complete rip-off, minus the Blood Talisman, of course, but well, anyway, let's go ahead and use up some of our rewards. I think we have 15 of them. Oh my god, you're actually joking! That very first one, Abyssal Needle. The Abyssal Needle is used to make the Colossal Pouch, which we're actually one level off being able to make. I did not expect to get that so quickly, oh my god. I think that must be insanely lucky. Also, Intricate Pouch, not really sure what that is. Looks like it's just more runes, but okay, well, there's one unique down already. That's a good one to get as well. That should increase our experience rate notably. It'll give us more inventory spaces. I think the lantern might have been better, but can't complain. Literally my first attempt. That's okay. Well, one more level to go though, still. Okay, so I'm taking another break here after a couple hours. I think we have around 25 of each, which took, yeah, must be at least 2 hours to obtain all that. Okay, there we go. Abyssal Pearls finally. I'm not really sure how rare these are supposed to be, but well, we have 24 of them so far. More intricate pouches. You do get a fair bit of runes just from the reward chest, so not only are you crafting runes during the minigame, but you're also getting runes rewarded afterwards. I haven't really been keeping track of all of my runes, but the GP per hour seems decent. Okay, so that was our biggest lot of openings so far. From these intricate pouches, just more runes it looks like, but notably 77 Abyssal Pearls. I might have gotten a bit lucky on that, but we can almost buy the Blood Talisman now. Okay, so final few rewards, I think that's going to be it for today. Another 19 Pearls. Okay, so that brings us up to 100 Abyssal Pearls, and I was probably doing the minigame for 4-5 hours, something like that. So I'm not sure if I was unlucky, but Abyssal Pearls, very slow to obtain. I'm okay with it because I still have runecrafting levels to go, but getting the entire skilling outfit, it's going to be a bit of a grind. So anyway guys, that is going to be it for my day 1.5 video. I've been really enjoying the Guardians of the Rift. I think it's really fun new content. The minigame itself looks really nice, the sound design's awesome, the gameplay is a lot more fun than conventional runecrafting in my opinion, and there are a lot of interesting rewards to go for that will increase how much experience and money you get, so it's motivating just to keep doing it. I'm going to keep playing it for the rest of the day to see if we can start earning ourselves the runecrafting skilling outfit and maybe the Abyssal Lantern. So thanks for watching as always guys, and I will see you next time. Now before I go here, I want to give a giant thank you to all of my members over on YouTube. Thank you so much to Nello, Alejandra, The Hybrid, and Kush Patel for all being subscribed to the Dragon tier. Really, I appreciate it so much. Also a giant thank you to Kaitin987, Mexose, Basetitch, MDM001, and YoYoSup89 for being subscribed to the Runite tier. Appreciate you guys as well. As always, if anyone's looking for a direct way to support me, YouTube membership is the best way to do so. You'll get immortalized in all of my future videos, you can get a custom role on my Discord server, and you'll even know when all my videos are coming out. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.